Toss to White. He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl!
Welcome to Patriots Touchback Podcast.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Patriots Touchback Podcast. It is Season 3, Episode 13. We have officially made it. Football starts in just over 48 hours, shall we say, if you are an NFL fan. But for us, our first game's on Sunday at home to Las Vegas. And we've got an epic show for you lined up for tonight. We've got talks on the Jabrill Peppers being cut. We've also got the Patriots captains being announced. We'll go through our schedule. We'll have our usual preview of the Raiders game. And, of course, we'll do our own MVP session on who's going to do well for the team and so on. But right now, let's introduce you to the panel, and we've got a star-studded panel. We've got Nick, we've got DJ, and we have got Joe in the building. Good evening, gentlemen. How are we doing? How excited are we that Patriots football is literally 5 days away?
Football's back, baby. Football is back.
Been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Finally.
Has been a long time coming.
Long off season.
It's like that fresh smell in the air. It's that autumn air that you can smell. The grass being cut. The leaves starting to fall.
It's been back a couple of weeks, and college football was back last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
It's we're all warmed up and ready to go.
You got the leaves starting to fall off of the tree, and you can smell the Jets' failure already. And let's fucking go. Let's bring it on, boys. We're back. We're back, baby.
That fresh smell in the air, unless you're around living in my area, then it just smells of really. So anyway, make sure you smash the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you are following the podcast on Spotify and on Apple as well. And yes, Nick, I will get the Apple logo on that on the backdrop at some point, because I have to keep on forgetting to do that, but we'll get it sorted soon. And join us. The season is about to kick off, and it's going to be absolutely epic. But first things first, we got some news to catch up on. And during the 53-man roster cuts, obviously, big up to Nick and Joe last week for doing that. Much appreciated, gentlemen. Some part after that, there was some breaking news come out that Jabrill Peppers got cut, which was probably one of the most surprising ones of the lot. However, we do have now a reason as to why Jabrill Peppers did get cut, and that is to do with this. I might have to zoom this in. So, oops, Daisy.
Wait.
Where are we? Here we go.
Get it off. Arsenal's hurting our eyes.
I know.
Right. Happened on Sunday. Wait.
Okay, so according to Mike Reese, the Patriots reportedly tried to trade safety Jabrill Peppers before he got released amid NFL roster cuts. Mike Reese went on to say, one front office source from an NFL team said Peppers' name had come up in trade discussions earlier in August, so the Patriots' decision to cut ties with him didn't come as a surprise to that team. So it does look like that he was on his way out before we got wind of it. Reese then added that the Pats are prioritizing a different style of play from their safeties that what former coaches Bill Belichick and Jerome Mayo valued at that position.
So I'm assuming one who actually knew how to play defense and tackle then, going off of Mayo's last season.
That's a bit harsh on Mayo because he was very good as a defender, but
he was. I'm on about his defense from his defense last year was not very good.
No, it wasn't. Which is likely why the team decided to cut Peppers and why Kyle Duggar has gone from starter to backup. And there's in brackets, and may have been cut himself if it wouldn't have incurred a $23.5 million in dead cap. So the 29-year-old Peppers spent 3 seasons in New England. His best campaign with the team came in 2023 when he registered 78 tackles, 2 interceptions, 8 passes, defense, a forced fumble recovery, and a sack in 15 games. Additionally, Peppers has a 90.1 PFF grade over the last 2 seasons, which is 4th amongst all safeties. Gentlemen, when we look at this, we all texted each other saying, Christ, we're shocked. Why is Jabrill Peppers being cut and so on? I think now what Mike Reese has basically said, it looks self-explanatory, but the Patriots, Mike Vrabel did say that he wasn't too happy with the roster that he's inherited. And I think he's making his stance pretty clear on who he wants on this squad and who he doesn't want from the previous regime anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I was really taken aback by it. I thought having a key veteran and a very, very good safety like Peppers in the building, I thought was someone who you could perhaps build your culture through. Obviously, I know he's had his off-field issues. I don't know perhaps if they've just wanted a clean break from everything from the past with that. Still a bit of a surprise. But yeah, let's trust Vrabes. I put my trust in Vrabes in this one.
I mean, I think he came out swiftly and said something on the press conference that it wasn't like scheme-wise running or anything like that. Like Jabrill was running with the scheme that Vrabel had put forward. To me, I personally think there's something more to the story that we don't know yet, and it's probably not been released. I don't know if does he jump onto waivers or does he automatically becomes a free agent? Because if he's gone past waivers, that means that no one's considered picking him up.
No, it's free agency.
It's been over 24 hours.
I'm sure he goes.
If he's not been snapped up already, that's alarming and surprising to me. That's no one's.
He's certainly still a free agent. But what I found quite interesting was Pepper's response to that tweet, because he said, "Where's the quote here?" Right. I've been in this game going on 9 years in this league. I've had 7 head coaches and 6 defensive coordinators. LOL. There is no scheme you can place me in where I won't find a way to be effective. So he obviously disagrees. He obviously disagrees with that point. So he's obviously not very happy about it. It goes back to the point that, they named all those wide receivers and then cut Bourne straight away, because he was another one where they were trying to shift him on a trade and couldn't. So then they ended up cutting him the next morning anyway at his request.
We spoke about that last week, didn't we, Nick?
Yeah, he's already got a contract from the 49ers. But we've said many a time over many a different subject, so it's not just this. We are suffering from a poor, inept ability to draft correctly. Whether you pin that in the front office, whether you pin that in the feet of the idiot who's now coaching at North Carolina, who
got battered, by the way, but carry on.
They did get battered, yes.
Yeah.
But we are suffering, and I've said, Carl, we spoke off air when we were just talking about Parsons. It slips into the same conversation. Vrabel said today the Patriots couldn't afford to give 2 first-rounders to Dallas when they have so many issues in depth quality. Well, we have those issues because we've been drafting poorly for probably the best part of a decade. And eventually, eventually it comes home and bites you in the ass. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me that there are issues behind the scenes. And I think we're going to have these continuously happening across the board.
Also, the other thing that I also thought about as well, maybe this Craig Woodson lad did outplay Peppers, or from what Vrabel had seen, and he thought that I'm going to go with this rookie as a starter, and maybe, I don't know, Mapu, I think he survived as well, so I don't know if he would be an option there as well. Although I think Mapu, they're trying linebacker this year, so Hawkins, Pettis, and Woodson
in that conversion from safety to linebacker. So it'll be Austin and Woodson, I think, will start at safety. No, Hawkins, won't
Duggar.
Hawkins,
Duggar, Pettis, or Woodson.
Yeah, Hawkins and Woodson will be at safety, and Austin will have to be at corner because we've got no Gonzalez. So
yeah,
very inexperienced backfield.
That's going to be the issue moving forward regarding Gonzo. But I think if he ends up does go into IR, then it's only going to be for 4 games, isn't it? 4 to 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
So it might just be a hamstring. It depends how bad it is. Usually it would take around a month to clear, but he might have had a setback. So let's just say he misses. Let's just say, in hindsight, he misses the first 4 games.
4 games. Yeah, I reckon that sounds realistic.
And we'll go through the schedule as well at the end of the show. We'll make our predictions and so on. Are we content that Jabrill Peppers is now gone, or are we still feeling a little bit like we don't? He was probably more
worried. More worried now for the backfield, because I think that versatility that he provides and that the experience that he can probably give to the field as well. That's probably going to be. Then I just feel there's a gap still to fill there now that Peppers has gone.
I think it's a big opportunity, like you say, for the rookies, Woodhouse and that to step up. I think for me, I don't see the sense in cutting a player like Peppers with his experience in the league, who is one of the better, obviously not top tier safety, but one of the better safeties in the league as well. I'm a firm believer, same as you, DJ, that I think there's definitely more going on than what we're not being made aware of. It's led to the decision to part ways. Whether that comes out or not, I'm not sure. But it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. It makes zero sense, really. I don't think there was a huge cap hit in releasing him, if any.
No, I think we saved. I think $5 million. I think
so. Yeah,
this is what I think Nick said, that it was either going to be Duggar or him. And if you cut Duggar, it's like 23.5 million. There's no way we're going to cut him and pay that take that hit. So it's more realistically taking, right, we'll try and trade Duggar and see if someone will take that lot off their hands. If not, then the next option would have been to cut Peppers. That may be what they're thinking.
But apparently, it was Duggar's contract that was the problem in trading him. They had quite a few people that were interested in trading for Duggar, but it was his contract that proved problematic, and teams weren't willing to give up enough in draft pick for the Patriots to consider taking on his contract to keep his contract.
Yeah. Well, we wish Jabrill Peppers all the best wherever he lands next. Hopefully not in the AFC East, let's put it that way. But yeah, we roll on, we move on. Right, gentlemen.
Carl, I know we haven't had a chance to ask you, and I'm glad we get a chance to ask you on screen. How pleased are you that your mate Lowe made the 53? Because it was edgy, it was touch and go as to whether he was going to make it, and we weren't sure whether but at least you'd be happy he's made it.
We're waiting for it. Come on, don't disappoint us. Don't let us down, Carl. Come on, where is it?
Nah.
Silence is the best.
Silence
is the best answer.
I'm not. Nah.
No. All right.
Just wait till we'll just wait till Sunday when he comes in and inevitably gets beat on this first play and gives up a sack.
No, Will Campbell is going to do the business, and he's going to stay at left tackle, and all's going to be fine. All's going to be well. Okay.
You still didn't answer the question.
I don't give a shit. No, sorry, I don't give a shit. Anyway, right, let's move on. Raiders. Week 1. An interesting test to have as your first game of the season, considering both teams last year completely shat the bed. if you want your tail of the tape, I've got it here from last year. So we went 4-13. So did the Raiders. We finished last in the division. So did the Raiders. We gained just under 5,000 yards. Raiders gained just over 5,000 yards. Our offense ranked 31st. The Raiders' offense ranked 15th. The Russian offense, we ranked 13th. They ranked 24th. Their passing offense was 10th. Ours was, dead last. Points per game, 17. Las Vegas was 18.2. Total touchdowns scored. Both scored 30 each. That's how shit these teams are, by the way, from last year. Total yards allowed. We allowed 170 yards more. Total defense, we were ranked 22nd. They were ranked 26th. Russian defense ranked 23rd. Raiders were ranked 22nd. Pass defense, one of our better parts of last season, just about. We were ranked 10th. The Raiders were ranked 20th. Points allowed per game, 24.5. We were 22nd. The Raiders were 25.5. They were tied 25th. Possession, about the Raiders averaged 23 seconds more than the Patriots did. Doesn't say much really. Sacks, we had 52. Yards lost, 348. Raiders had 50 sacks, 320. So they struggle with that. Even though they've got Max Crosby, they still struggled. Sacks made, 28 by the Pats. The Raiders had 38. I take that last comment I had of Crosby back. Penalties against the yards, 111 to 916, and the penalties 96 to 807 for the Raiders. Punts, we had 70, they had 67. Turnover differential, we were minus 11, which was 28th. The Raiders was minus 16, which was tied 30th. Basically, in a nutshell, both these teams were shit last season. So there's only one way to go but up in regarding of what we've got there. So I'm going to go to around the panel. Let's first start off with we're going to always start off with the away team, our opponents. So we're going to start on the offensive side of the ball, obviously. Nick, Ashton Gentry, drafted to the Raiders from Boise State. This run defense is better be on their P's and Q's for this guy. Because there was a couple of clips I've seen him in preseason where he did look really dangerous. How concerned are you regarding Ashton Gentry?
I don't think you're going to see the Boise State Ashton Gentry because the NFL is a whole different. It's a different game. I think players in the defense have to be aware that this guy is very nimble and very greasy. And what I mean by that is he will bounce off you and find a little hole. He seems to you know when you're driving down the street and you can see a hole in traffic and you think, no, I won't get through that. Ashton Gentry will get through that. He seems to be able to get through those little holes and I think that's an advantage. But if our run defense is switched on, then I don't think you can stifle him all game. I don't think we've got the depth to be able to do that. But if you keep him to no more than 5 yards a carry, that's pretty much if he's at 5 yards a carry, that's pretty much from wherever he picks up the ball back to the line of scrimmage. You're not at 3 yards to 5 yards a carry, you're not breaking past this line of scrimmage very far. So I think if you can keep him there and make sure that he's subdued at least, you do give yourself a chance. But we have, as a defense, as a whole, as a unit, they have to be switched on. You can't just defend against Gentry because they'll hit you some other way.
It's pretty straightforward, pretty substantial, really. I think Gentry is going to be an issue, but one thing, the run defense was absolutely shambolic last year, and I'm not saying we missed Christian Barmore and Jawan Bentley, but we kind of did miss Christian Barmore and Jawan Bentley last year regarding the run stopping ability. However, Bentley's not here anymore, but we have got Barmore back. But now we've added Williams from the Eagles. Not to mention the fact we've got a new defensive tackle, Joshua Farmer, who we drafted. I think the stopping the run is going to feel a lot more better. I saw what happened a bit in pre-season, especially in the first two games. The Giants one was third and fourth string. I'm not really taking anything into account for that one. But the two games against Washington and against Minnesota, I think there was some good moments there where the run defense wasn't giving any of the opposing running backs any sort of room to breathe whatsoever. So it's always a little nickel, like little 3 or 4 yards here or there, but it's not like they're giving up a freaking 10 to 15 yards of room, because that's just stupid at the end of the day. Joe's just have to pop off. So DJ, we'll throw this one over to you.
Yep.
Brock Bowers absolutely destroyed everyone in his path last year. Broke every record going. Number one tight end. If you had him in NFL fantasy, well done, because he was absolutely phenomenal. Out going into this game, what was your game plan B to stop Bowers? Apart from breaking his legs, obviously, but what would you?
He's a very similar player to what we used to use Gronk as. So you don't know if he's going to block or he's going to be explosive in the pass game. Now, if you're thinking of trying to even like defend him, do you double team Brock and think, well, they can go elsewhere on it? Because that's the only thing I can think of. Because I've got him down as probably being the most dangerous player on that roster. Because I don't know what, Geno Smith coming from Seattle, all new team, Pete Carroll, we don't know if he's still the coach he was. So I would really consider double teaming Bowers and let them try and go elsewhere.
Yeah, I think Bowers is going to be an issue, but if that doesn't, he's having tech issues. Okay, he'll be back in a minute. But Bowers is a big problem to deal with. But even if he is double covered or triple covered for that matter, you're still going to leave Jacoby Myers in.
Yeah, I think we can probably cope with him on one-on-one basis. I would have thought like Carlton Davis, maybe for example, he should be able to take Myers.
So you're relying on Alex Austin to cover Bowers.
Yeah, and maybe.
Or are you gonna try and use him, play him, do
Landry
what we did,
or Spillane could probably cover his routes. Wherever he runs to.
Is that in Spillane's wheelhouse though?
I think you have to be aware that by double teaming Bowers, you are going to suffer somewhere. If you're double teaming him using Landry and a linebacker, then your pressure on the quarterback is going to be ineffective. If you're going to double team him using a linebacker and a cornerback, you're going to leave a wide receiver open somewhere. I think you just have to be careful that maybe stopping Bowers in a similar way to Gentry, stopping Bowers at the line of scrimmage. Don't let him get
having the big plays.
That's maybe the way to do it. Tighten up. Leave that big gap between the safeties and the linebackers. Push your linebackers up towards the line of scrimmage and ask Geno Smith to throw it over you. And have they got wide receivers quick enough to break through the line? Because at some point you are going to have to concede somewhere. By doubling up on Bowers, you're going to have to give up something.
I think that's why Jacoby Myers comes into play and makes life a little bit more makes life a little more interesting. But yeah, let's see what. I'm looking at so the Raiders are
they're just shit on paper. If you really look at the team, they're in serious trouble. I think this year if they're in the same situation as we are, but I know, but you look at that team versus ours. I mean, you'd think we would be able to.
There's a few names that are springing to mind. Obviously, one of them is obviously going to be, can this offensive line handle Max Crosby? That's going to be one of the biggest question marks going into this game.
Ryan Cooper, he signed back yesterday.
I expect Crosby to be running at Campbell every single time.
Oh, you think he's going after Campbell?
Yeah, I don't think he'll.
You don't think he'll go after Moses?
No.
Well, Moses has got Owenu next to him, so why cost you that thing? You've got Campbell there, who's a rookie. I think if I was Crosby, I'd be lining up opposite Campbell every single time.
So, Campbell's going to have a workload to do.
Yeah. That's a good test for him, to be honest.
That's a very good test for him because let's be real. In week one, he's going up against Max Crosby. In week 3, he goes up against TJ Watt. So he's got two of the fucking most elite pass rushers in 3 weeks, in the first 3 weeks of his NFL career. If he doesn't give up a single sack in either one of those games, then we got our left tackle for the next 10 years plus. But anyway, there's a reason why he's called Mad Max for a bloody reason. He recently signed a new 3-year deal for $106.5 million contract. He's earned Pro Bowl honors last season. He had a bit of an underwhelming one, but it was still a very good, productive one. He brings contagious energy to the roster. Not to mention, he is the ultimate competitor. He's very vocal, and he is the most impactful player on that Raiders roster. So I think that's something to really keep an eye out there.
You've got Amari Cooper signed yesterday. Forgot to mention him as well. He signed back to a 1-year deal. And that rookie Jack Beck as well, from TCU, they drafted him as well.
Yeah, I think Jack Beck looks good. Jack Beck looks quite decent, to be fair, but he's only been wide receiver 3 or 4. He's wide receiver 4, so might not see a lot of him. They did bring in Jeremy Chin at safety, so good help on the defensive side, and Christian Wilkins as well, defensive tackle, former Dolphin, so he knows what it's like to play the Patriots. Colton Miller, left tackle, probably one of the better players, and so on. And let's not forget the best punter from last year, AJ Cole. So they do have some good talent on their squad, but their quarterback, Geno Smith. Listen, I love a feel good story. I really do. And Geno, literally, if he finally got that big contract in Seattle that he truly deserved. Unfortunately, Seattle then realized that Geno Smith wasn't going to lead them anywhere. And now it's the Raiders' turn. Geno Smith is going into a division where you got to play Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and Bo Nix.
Who did Seattle get, by the way? After they let this
Sam Darnold.
Geno Smith is the black Andy Dalton.
Wow.
In terms of that is the benchmark of who he is. For me, I think you know what you're going to get. He's not going to do things he can't do. He's going to He's going to make the plays that he needs to make. He's not going to do anything stupid. He's just going to be that level. If you've got 32 quarterbacks in the NFL, he is going to be your 16th, 17th best quarterback. Year in, year out. But he's also an ex-Jet, so fuck him. So
No. Oh, dear.
Christian Wilkins got cut by the Raiders. He's no longer there.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
I was going to say that. Yeah, he got cut.
Okay.
Actually, I think no one signed him either.
No,
he's too busy kissing everyone.
There was that big issue with last
kissing the
year,
head or some shit.
Yeah. And
or something to do with the showers.
Yeah.
No comment. I don't have enough information to make a comment.
This is a family podcast, DJ.
Yeah.
Says the person who said the F word literally about 20 seconds ago.
Yeah, but that's about New York. So that's about New York. So we've got to teach about New York. We've got to teach these youngsters that we hate New York. That's just got to be embedded, mate. That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
Okay, Joe, while you were dealing with your technical issues,
yes.
Well, let's move over to our team. So obviously Nick and DJ have pretty much gone down what we think about the Raiders so far, and the players that we need to keep an eye on. What would be your game plan with our offense going up against this Raiders defense? Are we just going to allow Drake May just to sling it, or are we going to control and run the rock and rely on Trayvon Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson?
Give the ball to Trayvon Henderson, and wonderful, beautiful, magical things will happen. Run first. Get the ball into that guy's hands at any opportunity you get. Any opportunity. Trayvon Henderson, first down, second down, and third down. Just give him the ball. Let him work.
There's going to be rotation, though, with the likes of Ramondre coming in.
Of course.
Gibson as well.
I mean, I'm happy. I think our running game this year is going to be huge for us. I think it's going to be... I can see us definitely being a run-heavy team. I think you're going to see a lot of quick passes to get the ball out of Drake May's hands and into the hands of the likes of Pop Douglas. I think Trayvon Henderson. Again, your tight ends, I think, are going to be massive again this year. And it's going to be really interesting. Yeah, I think a lot of screens. I think a lot of drag routes, a lot of quick slants, getting the ball out of his hands quick. I think if people are expecting Drake May to come into this game on Sunday and throw for 300 plus yards, I think they're going to be in for a rude awakening. I don't think it's going to happen yet. I think we need to get some trust back into this O-line against what is, I think, a good defensive line this week. And it's only going to get tougher. I think, for me, like I say, get the ball into your playmakers' hands. Get the ball in your best players' hands. Trayvon Henderson is going to be electric for us this year. And for me, I think that's the most important. I think if you can get the ball in his hands, magical things will happen. All will be good.
I think if Crosby can't get even close to May, then we might have a thing. If he starts to break
exactly that, mate. I think that's another thing as well. You've got to counteract for that. The likes of you've got one of the best defensive players in the league. So I think for me, no, mate, not a chance. Not
even if they use that running back
Raider Fanatic 32, yeah.
To chip Crosby, if he does get through from Campbell and goes to the quarterback, then we can just chip Crosby a bit. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, I'm really interested to see how Ramondre Stevenson reacts because he had a really poor year last year. His fumbling issues are very well known of. And I really think his ass is on the hot seat in terms of our running back going forward or being in the building next year. I think he needs a massive, massive year to prove that he deserves to be there still because I think, is he coming into a contract year this year?
No, I think
he
last year, 2-year deal. It might be his last year.
Yeah. So I think he's coming into a contract year this year. We're not realistically going to tag him next year. So I think it's a massive year for him. He's got a lot to prove, a lot of doubters to prove. A lot of Patriots fans I've spoken to, both over here and over the pond in the States, have lost a little bit of trust in him. And I think it'd be good to see if Mondre can win that back from the fans.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Big up to Radio Fanatic 32.
Yeah.
Have to contain Pat's rookie running back. He's a beast also. Yeah, both the Raiders and the Pats rookie running backs are going to be problems to deal with in this game, I think. But I've just got more confidence that our defense will be able to stop Genty rather than the other way around. That's just my own personal take on it.
I think for me, I think once you get past, and if you get past that D line of Vegas, I think that's where their strength lies, is up front. I think their linebackers are okay. They're not. I think they've got Landon Roberts there, isn't he? Ex-Patriot, I'm pretty sure. And who else? Yeah, Landon Roberts, Devin White as well. Devin White again bounced around. He didn't have a great time his last year or so down in Tampa. So it's going to
week as well, I think.
Yeah, so it's going to be very interesting, I think.
So I'll throw this out. I'll throw a little question out of here. See if we can get all three answers. There are 3 former Patriots on this Raiders team. Who are they?
Jacoby Myers.
Landon
Roberts.
Hang on, one at a time. Joe, what was last?
Landon Roberts.
Nope.
Roberts.
Yeah, he was. Landon
currently on. Yeah.
Yeah, Landon is.
Landon Roberts is the starting middle linebacker.
Yeah.
I haven't got him on my list. I've only got 3 names on here.
Landon Roberts is one.
Mm-hmm.
Jacoby
the
Myers.
other one is Jacoby Myers.
Yeah.
And the other lad,
Adam Butler.
Yeah. Then there's another one.
Oh, there's someone else?
Yep. Guard.
Oh,
Kappa.
Shaq Mason.
No.
Not Kappa. Right. Guard. Oh, Antonio Maffey.
Yeah. Well done.
He sat on the practice squad, I think, for Raiders. But yeah, he was. We drafted him, didn't we?
Yeah, we drafted him.
Another shit draft.
Another great pick.
And the former Raiders have come over to us. Tyron Munford Jr., Matt Collins, Austin Hooper, Bobby Spillane, and Kalavion Chatham, who's been making a lot of inroads. We'll do the score prediction at the end regarding of the Pats Raiders game. Put your comments down in the section below, guys. What do you think will be the keys to this game? Who do you think will come out on top and so on? Make sure you comment. Make sure you smash the like button as well while you're at it. Right. Let's do this. The Patriots schedule. Now, we had a little bit of a deep dive on this when it came out, but this was prior to training. This was before training camp, so we didn't know what to expect. After what we've seen in training camp, after what we've seen in preseason, now we will go through this together as a team and pick what our schedule is going to be. And I know it's not our actual schedule. This is one from patsfan.com, which I've just found online. So we're going to go through this one by one. We'll leave the Vegas one to. We'll leave the Vegas one till. Hold up. We'll leave the Vegas one till last because we're going to do our score prediction. We're going to do our score prediction for Vegas. Okay, so we'll do that at the end. So we'll start off in week 2, then we'll make our way down. Okay, what was it you're going to say, Nick?
I was going to say I've done it slightly differently, but I've got us with 6 wins and 4 maybes. So I got a ceiling of 10. I can't see us winning any more than 10, and I would like to think we get at least 6. That's how I've done it.
So our floor is 6 wins.
That's I'd like to get more than that, but I think the floor's 6 and the ceiling's 10.
Are you a bit pessimistic that we're not a fringe that we're not a fringe playoff team?
No, because I had this conversation with Joe last week. The problem you have is, don't get me wrong, if we're a playoff team or on the fringes of a playoff team, great, fantastic. But the problem you have there is if you are almost at the playoffs or in the playoffs, you are talking about being mid-round or later in the draft. We've just talked about how we are so bare in depth. We need to be drafting higher up so that we can either move back for more quality or we can for more numbers, or we can get better quality. The only way to do that is not tank, but obviously just appreciate that running before you can walk is not ideal. I don't mind winning 6, 7, 8 games this year and then winning 8, 9, 10 the year after, and then onwards and onwards. Providing you are moving forward, great. But we only won 4 last year. So let's look ahead and say, okay, let's move forward, but let's not jump too far because we still have issues. That's all it is.
It's true, but a lot of people getting carried away with the fact that with because of Mike Vrabel's presence and that. And obviously the draft that we had was obviously the best draft we've had in a very, very long time. On paper, at least. On paper, at least. We need to see what happens in the regular season. But I understand your point. But I'm an impatient fucker. Pardon the language.
You just had to go at him for dropping an F-bomb.
Yeah.
Doing it.
It must be season time, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway.
You're only allowed to swear if you're talking about New York.
Well, that will be in... Oh, God, we've got 2 months to wait yet. Anyway, right, okay. Anyway, never mind. Right, let's go through this one by one, shall we? The Vegas game we'll leave till last. Obviously, to make our score predictions, as always. Week 2 at the Dolphins. Not a place that we don't do well in. A, it's due to the heat. B, I don't know. Something just happens down in Hard Rock. It's Hard Rock Stadium. It's just... Well, it's a shit stadium for starters, but
loss, but a lot closer than people think than what it would normally be.
This Dolphins team, I've been keeping an eye on this Dolphins team. This Dolphins team does not look impressive whatsoever.
No,
I'll be honest with
you. This year,
the only thing that they've got going well for them is that Tua Tagovailoa is undefeated against the Patriots.
Wow.
That is the only thing that's keeping me a bit worried about the situation.
That's so frustrating because, yeah,
he's crap.
I say win.
Yeah. Wow, yeah.
You say win, Nick.
Defeat, loss.
Very, very close, but a defeat.
I'm going to go defeat just to cover my backside here because it's Miami on the road. So we'll take the loss there. Week 3 at home to Aaron and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Loss.
What?
Loss.
Don't make me kick you out already.
Well, we just had 3 people say loss, so you're going to be the one standing on the.
I said win versus Pittsburgh.
He said win.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said loss. Apologies.
Right, so he said win. Nick, you said
loss.
DJ,
loss.
Oh, I refuse. I refuse to lose to the Steelers. But then it's a tie. 3 people in the chat. Put your comments in. Who do you think wins this game? Patriots or Steelers? And we'll come back to it at the end of the show. So put your comments down if you want your say. So we're tied right now on that one. Week 4 at home to Carolina.
Win.
But I think it's going to be again. I think the Panthers are going to be a sneaky good team this year. Who's that? 631 ENT.
Don't know, but thank you for joining us, mate. Much appreciated. Yep, he shows the Steelers.
Boot him. No, I'm joking. Thanks for joining.
Don't boot him. Yeah, he's put who did you have against the Raiders? We're doing that one last. Okay, right. So by that reckoning, we're going to lose. So we're going to lose to Miami and to Pittsburgh, but beat Carolina.
Yeah.
We better fucking beat Las Vegas this Sunday. Then, if that's the case, I can't go 1-3 because then our season's like, oh, here we go again. Right. Sunday Night Football, Week 5 at Buffalo. I think we can safely say that's a loss.
Unless we have another wind game. And we throw 3 times and run the ball. No. It pains me through every ounce of my body to say this, but I think the Bills are going to win it all this year.
They're not going to win the Super Bowl. They've got to get there first.
That really hurts me to say. I think they're going to be... Yeah, I think... Yeah. That's like a bit sick in my mouth there, but I think they're going to win the Super Bowl.
It's always going to be the Chiefs until someone knocks them off their perch.
Yeah, I think it'll be the Bills. I think the Bills have got their number.
Not in postseason, they haven't. Anyway, not in the postseason, they haven't. I put Nick, DJ, we're all taking a loss there, are we?
Loss.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Scroll down to some more. Bigger fish. I hate that reference. Anyway, well, Week 6 at the New Orleans Saints. That's a win. They're in a mess. Spencer Rattler at quarterback. Oh dear. I wish we could stuck a skit. I wish. The Saints are in cap hell right now. They're in massive cap hell. If it gets a trade deadline day, how much?
Who's their backup? Tyler? Is it Tyler? What's his name?
Tyler Shock's their backup. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this starts a run. To be honest, I think the Saints, the Titans, the Browns. That's 3 wins for me. And depending on how you are, and depending on how bad Atlanta are, that might be 4. Atlanta are a maybe, but you've certainly got 6, 7, and 8 there. They are 3 wins for me. Bum, bum, bum.
Yep. Agree.
I don't agree with that.
Let's just go through one at a time then. So we all agree with a New Orleans Saints win.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Patriots winning against the Saints.
Week 7 at Tennessee. Vrabel's going to want revenge.
I got lost.
No.
Oh no!
Beat us at their home.
Nah.
We'll see.
It's not a tough place to go. There's going to be more Patriots fans than Titans fans. It's a win for me. It's a Patriots win.
Patriots win. Nick?
Win.
Tennessee, right, so it's a win then. At home to Cleveland.
Win.
Loss.
Win.
I've got us a loss.
DJ Mr. Negative.
No, for real. You'll be very surprised. You'll see.
The Browns.
I agree with what Nick said.
I'm sorry, who's their quarterback again? Out of the 5 they've got?
Flacco, probably.
Well, there we go.
It won't be Joe Flacco week 8. It will be
Shador Sanders or Dylan Gabriel. It'll be one of the two.
Probably Dylan Gabriel.
Could be Deshaun Watson. You don't know.
Oh God! Is he not on?
How is he more expensive in a trade than Prescott?
Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons. How on earth does a Micah Parsons cost less to trade for than Deshaun Pervert Watson? Unbelievable.
I got a sneaky feeling Browns will be. I think they might be half decent this year.
No, they're not.
I don't know why.
They've got no. Browns are going to Brown. My cousin is a Browns fan. He lives in Cleveland, season ticket holder, and he's literally set the bar at about 3 wins this year.
Oh, welcome back to the factory sadness.
What against us? We'll see.
One of their wins isn't against us.
Okay, we'll win against Cleveland. Home against Atlanta. Lost. Nick, you and I going to war with Chapman and Meggs in week 9.
Right. Both the Atlanta game and the Vegas game. I know we're going to go through Vegas in detail in a bit, but the Atlanta game is a maybe for me. I really do think there is the possibility, depending on how well we're playing and how bad they're playing, there is a possibility that could be a win. I can't say for definite, honestly, whether that's a win or a loss, because I genuinely think that could go either way.
That's a 50-50 for me. I think that is.
It's in Atlanta,
though. That's a team we're
likely
to be around.
Is that Foxborough?
Oh, is it? Oh,
sorry, it's at Foxborough. It's a home game.
Yeah.
That's one of those games that when I said our ceiling is 10, that's one of those you've got to win if you're going to get to 10. But I really, honestly, it is one of those games right now that I can't call yet. I need to call it the week before or a couple of weeks before. I can't call it right now. It's a maybe.
I'm going to go for a Patriots win.
I'm wearing the Super Bowl 51 T-shirt for a very good reason. Yeah, I'm taking the win. I'm taking it over Atlanta on that one. So it's a win against Atlanta. Week 10 at Tampa. This one I can't. I can't do it.
I think Tampa are going to be very good this year.
They're going to be good.
I think they're a very good team.
They'll get to the divisional round, but I think they'll hit the roadblock against the Eagles or someone like that. So I've got the loss there. DJ,
I've got a loss. Yeah,
you got a loss there. Nick's gone for a loss as well. Right, week 11, Thursday night football, short turnaround as well. By the way, so we're going to play Tampa. We're on the road to Tampa, and then we're at home on a Thursday night game at home to the New Jersey Jets. We'll start with you, Joe.
Win.
Hold on.
He's cooking something.
Don't get us up for.
Hold on.
We got it. We got it.
We got it. There you go.
I think that's a win for the Patriots.
That's a win for the Patriots.
That is a handsome win for the Patriots against them people from New Jersey.
I didn't realize our bye was this late.
It is very late this year. Yeah. Very late.
I didn't realize that.
Week 12 at Cincinnati.
Loss.
Yeah,
loss. I think the Bengals are going to be very, very, very good this year.
They're going to put a lot of points. They're going to put a lot of points on the board. It just depends how many points they fucking concede at the same time as well.
I think it's going to be Bengals and Bills for me are the two teams to beat in the AFC.
Cincy are the only team that can beat the Chiefs. That's just factual. They're the only team that can beat the Chiefs because they've actually done it.
I don't know. Like I think the Bills are going to be very good this year. Very, very good. And I think the Chiefs are going to take a step back.
Okay, so we've got lost to Cincinnati. Monday Night Football. Have a little bit. We have a mini bye. You could say a mini bye, and then we have an actual bye after the Giants game. It's at home. Monday Night Football.
Win.
You see, this one I've got down as a 50. This is a maybe game for me. I don't know why. But the Giants are actually. I've got a funny feeling that the Giants are actually going to be better than a lot of people are giving them credit for.
I agree.
I also think Brian Dable's freaking job's on the line here. He has got to put it. He's got to perform this season.
I reckon he's going to have been sacked by then.
Yeah, but I think he'll be sacked by then. I think the Giants are going to be an absolute clusterfuck of a team again.
Shit, I've got Malik Neighbours as my receivers.
Yeah, a win.
Okay, you got the win there. Although, to be fair, Malik Neighbours was the best thing that happened to the Giants last year. That ain't saying much, but that was basically what they got. So we'll go for the win for the Giants. Okay, so we have the bye week, but look at this. Week 15 at home to Buffalo.
Loss.
Yeah, loss.
A tight loss. Tight loss, okay. Week 16 at Baltimore.
Loss.
That could be the week Baltimore could seal the division as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think we'll lose the bottom one.
I bet when we play Buffalo in week 15, they won't be playing their third string players then, will they?
No, they won't be, no.
No.
It won't be, no. Week 17 at the Jets.
Win/maybe.
I got loss.
I mean, Joe said that it's the self-explanatory, and I'm going to go for the win.
Win.
Week 18 at home to Miami.
Win.
Maybe.
Win. I don't think either team are going to have anything to play for in terms of playoffs. So I will go for a Patriots win to round out a very decent season.
Okay. Right. So let's just go. Whoopsie daisy. Right. So let's just go through this one by one, shall we? So Steelers. So we went for Dolphins. We lost. So let's just say it's 0-1. Steelers.
Loss.
And Fugo lost 0-2. Carolina.
1-2.
Win.
Got the win there.
Win.
1-2. At Buffalo, 1-3.
Lose.
Saints win, 2-3.
Win.
Tennessee win, 3-3.
Browns win.
3-3. Hang on. I'm getting confused.
Yeah, because you haven't done Raiders yet.
Oh,
So
solid.
you're
Right.
3-3 excluding the Raiders.
We're 3-3 up to the Titans game.
So 3-3 for the Titans game. Cleveland.
4-3 win.
4-3. Atlanta.
Win.
I say I'm going to say we're going to pinch it. I'll say we'll pinch it.
Go on then.
So we're 5-3. 5-3 going into week 10. It's actually not that bad when you think about it. It's not that bad. At Tampa, that's a loss. 5-4. Home to the Jets, we'll win 6-4. At Cincy, 6-5. Giants,
Win.
7-5. Back-to-back losses there. 7. 2 wins there. And then 2, and then a win against the Jets. That's 9. So basically,
and then you've got Raiders.
It all falls on week 1.
But that goes back to my point, basically, because we've all agreed the 6 games that I thought we've got wins for, everyone has said we've got wins for. So it's these 4 maybes that I've got down as could go either way. We've just put those down as 3 maybes and haven't discussed the Raiders yet. So that's why we're at 9. So there is the possibility that you will get to 10, but it is a ceiling. We've all just said you're not going to get past 10 because we've just done it. So 10 is your absolute ceiling, but I don't think we're going to get there.
No, I got 7.
If you split the maybes in half and say you're going to win 2 and lose 2, and you take your 6 wins, that's 8. So maybe that's about
9 and 8, 8 and 9.
Our floor's 8 wins. I say our floor's 8 wins.
No, I'd say our floor. I would still say looking at our floor is 6. I'd be very disappointed if we were below 6. I know we've just obviously gone through it, but I think the floor for me is 6, the ceiling's 10.
I got 7.
And we're going to land somewhere in between there.
See, I just think we'll get one over the Steelers.
Browns.
They don't do well in Foxborough.
I reckon they've done decent in
we're not
defense and
criticizing
offense.
that. We're just saying, there's no way we're going to look. I will be disgusted if we lose less than 6. All we're saying is that at the very minimum, we're going to win 6. It doesn't matter. We're not saying that not going to beat the Steelers. We're just saying 6 teams that we might beat the Steelers. We might do. I personally think we won't. But if we do, great, brilliant. But I think if you're going to beat the Steelers, you're probably going to come unstuck somewhere else. I just can't see us winning. I can't see us winning more than the 10 maximum. I think, like Joe just said, 8 and 9, 9 and 8. That is probably about fair. And you can walk out of this season at 8 and 9 or 9 and 8 and say, you know what? We've made improvements from last year. We're in a decent position to draft again. Let's go again. And then maybe next year you can say, right, okay, our floor's 8 and our ceiling's 12. But that is part and parcel of progressing and improving year on year.
Patriots over under sit right now at 8.5 wins.
Yeah. So if I to be fair, I would take the under on 8.5 because I think 8's about right.
Yeah.
Agreed. Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's make our predictions of the Raiders game. Joe, we'll start with you. Prediction and just score. Nick, make sure you get this all tacked in so we can do our little contest.
We're doing a tourney this year.
I haven't done anything yet, but I will do something. Go on.
We're just picking 5
I am
games.
going for the Las Vegas Raiders 17. The New England Patriots 26. One and 0, baby. 1 and 0.
Okay, DJ.
Gonna go Pats win. I'm gonna go 23-10.
Convincing win there. Very convincing win. Nick.
2017 Raiders.
Okay.
You've got us losing.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's one of my maybe games. Something has been niggling at me this week, last week or two, and I just think I still don't think we're absolutely fantastic. I think defenses are probably going to be better than offenses in this first week. Tends to be the way it goes. So, I think when it's a tight game, no, I've got a feeling that Vegas may just nick it. Reluctantly.
My best mate is a Raiders fan. And he's been fucking chatting shit since Saturday, since we've done our fantasy draft. I refuse to lose to Las Vegas. 17-10 New England. And that if that was a panel decision, that gives us 10 wins.
Yeah, that's If you win that one, that still puts you in for 10. But I've got a feeling it's not going to be our night.
We'll see. We will see, gentlemen. As always, thank you for being on. The season is now fast approaching, and we finally get to witness and see proper football at 6 p.m. on Sunday UK time. 1 p.m. Eastern. We'll be back again on next Tuesday for the review of the game. And of course, obviously, we'll also be doing shows as well on Thursday for previews for upcoming games. The next one will be for the Miami Dolphins, and I should be able to get a guest on by then. Hopefully, I'll be able to. But we've got a fair bit of content coming out, guys. Season's approaching, and now we're ready to go. So, make sure you smash the like button on the way out. Gronk spike the subscribe button. Make sure you follow the Patriots Touchback on all of our social media platforms, on X, on Instagram, on Facebook, on X as well. And also, big up to everyone that's watching us on Twitch as well. Make sure you follow us on Twitch. And make sure you follow the podcast on Spotify and on Apple as well. And if you still want your NFL fix, go and check out, we're obviously part of the Asleep at Work network, so go and also check out Hurdle the Line. They recently had their show yesterday, which was on Monday night, and on Thursday night, we will have the preview of week 1 as well for all of the games, and yours truly will also be on the panel as well. So, yeah.
And if you enjoy college football, come and see me on Wednesdays when we'll be breaking down the college game. So we'll be previewing week 2 and we'll be reviewing week 1.
There it is. Joe, DJ, Nick, as always, thank you all for joining. Thank you all who's been watching. And as always, go Patriots. Oh no, we have to play the Raiders. I'm quaking in my boots. Good night.